Chapter 1: The Escape. The sun hung low over the sprawling plains, casting long shadows over the tall grasses. In the midst of this untamed wilderness, a strong, tough woman named Leela stood in a faded pair of jeans and a sports bra, her auburn hair flowing in the warm breeze. Her companion, a painted horse named Thunder, nuzzled her affectionately. Leela had escaped society and chosen to live off the grid, embracing a life of self-reliance and solitude. Leela was a skilled hunter, and her days were spent tracking game, honing her survival skills, and savoring the freedom of the open land. The bond between her and Thunder was unbreakable. Together, they were a force of nature, living as one with the wilderness that surrounded them. Chapter 2: The Cowboy Men. As Leela and Thunder ventured deeper into the wilderness, they encountered a group of cowboy men who had heard rumors of the enigmatic woman who dared to live on her own terms. These men were used to having their way in these parts, and they were determined to intimidate and scare Leela into submission. One evening, as Leela was tending to her campfire, the cowboys approached, their boots echoing in the stillness of the night. Their laughter was brash, their intentions clear. "Hey there, little lady," one of them sneered. "You think you can just live out here on your own? This is cowboy country." Leela didn't flinch. Her piercing green eyes met theirs as she calmly responded, "I've been living out here long before you showed up. Now, you best be on your way." Chapter 3: Proving Strength. Undeterred, the cowboys attempted to rattle Leela with their rough demeanor and taunts. They tried to sabotage her traps and disrupt her daily routines. But they underestimated her resourcefulness and the powerful connection she had with Thunder. One day, Leela tracked a massive buck through the thick underbrush, her determination unwavering. As she aimed her bow, a gunshot rang out, and the buck dropped. Startled, she turned to see one of the cowboys grinning, thinking he had thwarted her hunt. But Leela didn't flinch. Instead, she approached the fallen animal, her eyes cold and unyielding. "You might have shot it, but I'll be the one to carry it home," she said, her voice dripping with unyielding resolve. The cowboy men soon realized that Leela was not to be underestimated. She was strong, capable, and fiercely independent. Chapter 4: A Chance Encounter. Amidst the tension of her ongoing battle with the cowboys, Leela found herself face to face with a man named Jack, who had ventured into the wilderness, seeking solace from his own complicated past. Jack was unlike the other cowboy men. He recognized the strength in Leela, her fierce determination to live life on her own terms, and her undeniable skills. He admired her from a distance, never seeking to intimidate or challenge her like the others. One day, their paths crossed as Leela was foraging for berries, and Jack offered to help her gather the ripest ones. Their conversations were brief, but they shared a connection that transcended words. Jack saw beyond Leela's secluded exterior and admired her for the resilient, fiercely independent woman she was. Chapter 5: Love in the Wilderness. As the days turned into weeks, Leela and Jack's connection grew stronger. They would often share stories around the campfire, under the vast expanse of starlit sky. Leela's guarded heart began to thaw, and Jack found himself falling deeply in love with this woman who had chosen to live apart from society. The cowboy men, realizing they couldn't intimidate Leela into submission, eventually left, defeated and humbled by her strength. Leela and Jack, now partners in both survival and love, continued to thrive in the wilderness. With Thunder as their loyal companion, they forged a life that was as wild and untamed as the land they called home. In Wild Heart, a story of courage, strength, and the beauty of living life on one's own terms, Leela and Jack showed that love can bloom even in the harshest of landscapes, and that the wild heart is a force to be reckoned with.